Page 33, G above. Again, they're referring to a note. They're introducing you to a new note in the written music, and it is the G above middle C. Middle C is here, and you go up to a G. A G is in the bottom middle of a group of 3 black keys. It's right under an A, and hopefully you know where an A is, but there's a G. And that's the one we're talking about, and in the music it is the next to the bottom line in a treble clef. There's a G. You'll need to know it from now on, but you're going to be using these so much, and I talk about them so much, you're going to know them eventually. If you don't get frustrated and quit first, you'll know. And that's what this is about. Now, there's a few more things I'd like to talk about, though, because I still haven't covered all the symbols and stuff. And on top of that, they're throwing this time signature at you. Just notice the time signature is 3/4. So you're only counting to 3 now instead of, there's only 3 beats in a measure. There's the equivalent of 3 quarter notes in every measure. So a quarter note, the bottom number is the 4, and that stands for quarter note. So let's talk about that first. In the first measure, you have a dotted half note. And I told you, for the time being, just remember a dotted half note is the same as 3 quarter notes. And this is why in a dotted, or in a 3/4 time signature, it's all 3 beats. It gets 3 counts. So it comes in handy. I'll go into more detail about the dotted later on. You've got enough to deal with right now. It's just, it's 3 counts. So in this piece, they have a 5 above the G, that's your little finger, and then the next measure there's a 1 above the middle C, that's your thumb, that's where your hand goes, here. And this is for the right hand only. And again, it's like the previous video, we're playing not just 1 note at a time, but now we're playing 2 notes at a time. It's the same technique I described before. I use the weight, and I just gently drop the weight into the keys, and those fingers are down, and they push the notes down. But just make sure you let the wrist give a little bit. Don't keep the wrist stiff and do this. Now on top of that, there's another symbol I haven't covered yet that we keep seeing. So I'm trying to cover all the symbols that we keep seeing, because there's a lot more than this that's coming. So let's catch up. And that is at the end of the piece. The second line, at the very end, you have a thin and thick bar line, or measure line. That's important. That is the symbol for the end of a piece. If you look around on music, and most music, unless they mess up or something, at the very end of the piece, wherever it ends, it doesn't have to end at the very end. It could end in the middle somewhere. We'll get to that later, because it can jump around and move around. You don't know what the roadmap is on where you're supposed to go next. These pieces we're doing, it's all pretty simple. You just go through it, and that's it. So at the end of these pieces, you see that thin and thick bar line. That means the end of the piece. So if you're going to write music or arrange music, make sure you put that symbol when the piece is, wherever it ends. Now take a look at the beginning now. Above the staff it says moderate. That is supposedly a tempo or a speed. It's a moderate speed. What does that mean? Whatever. It's somewhere in the middle. It's not fast, it's not slow, it's just in the middle. And I do it all by feel, so it's how I feel is where it is. One day it'll be one speed, and another day it'll be another speed, and it might change from morning to afternoon to evening, depending on how much coffee I've had or wine or whatever. It's moderate. When we do the play with me, we go slow. We're not trying to perform it there, we're just checking notes and rhythms. You can do the moderate thing on your own. Now for the dynamics, it says MF again is medium loud, and then you have that crescendo arrow. Doesn't tell you how loud to get. I'm going to suggest go up to loud. There's not a lot of difference between moderately loud and loud, or medium loud and loud. I use moderately and medium interchangeably, just sort of loud. So you're just going to crescendo up a little bit, and you're going to take 4 measures to do it, because you don't want to be loud until the last measure of the first line. So decide beforehand how loud is medium loud. That's soft. And how loud is loud? You need to know those two things so you know where your parameters are or where your limits are. So you're going to take 4 measures to go from here to here. Not a lot of difference. So you have to plan it out, because if you don't plan it out, you'll be loud by the next note. The next note will be loud. Well, that's too soon, because now you got nowhere to go. So here we got 3 measures to get to the 4th measure. The 4th measure is loud. So I'm going to say the first 2 measures kind of stay around medium loud. Don't do much crescendoing at all. And then the 3rd measure go up just a little bit. And then finally go to here. And that's where you want to go. You want that feeling of it went to there. It flowed to there. There. And then the second line, it's the same thing going the other direction. You're starting loud and you're going to end medium loud. Plan it out that way. That takes practice, and it's important that you learn to have that kind of control over your louds and softs in your hands. I spoke before on how to do loud and soft, and this is basically, if you want as a practice, do the whole thing soft and then do it again sort of medium loud, and then do the whole thing loud, just to practice, to get that feeling of that control, and then see if you can do these dynamics that are given. Again, you can use scales for this. The C major scale, you can do the scale. Start the scale out medium loud, and then as you go up the scale, go up to loud. And then go back down to medium loud. Whatever, I went to soft, but that's the idea. When you're first learning, it helps to exaggerate a little bit. So if you want to go from soft to loud and loud to soft and all that stuff, by all means, that's great. Then you can come back and say, okay, now where is this medium loud thing at? I'd like to play this with you slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. So 3/4 time, I'm only going to give 3 counts to get us in, and then we'll play it together. Now I want to remind you, when we do these play with me's, I don't do the dynamics, I just play the notes. You can do the dynamics on your own later on, and you can speed it up on your own, because we go slow. So go ahead and put your hand where it goes. I'll give us 3 counts. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Off. Now there's a teacher accompaniment at the bottom again, so we can do a duet. I would like to do that while you play your part, but I'm going to speed it up because this is more like a performance here. So put your hand on where it goes here. I'll give us 3 counts. Now they're giving a tempo for the teacher of a quarter note is 172. That's fast. That's not moderate. That's fast. We're not taking it that fast. I'll give you 3 counts, and let's try this together slowly. 1, ready, go.